Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. Um, I'm Haley Deshane. I'm the events coordinator here at Eco Canada.
And I'm Helen Crawley. I am the team lead for certification.
So today we're just going to answer a lot of questions about renewing your membership, certification in general. If you have any questions yourself, feel free to put them in the chat and we will get to those. Just to start, Helen, do you want to tell us what's new this year? Are there any new benefits or chapters EPs should be aware of?
Well, actually, it's good that you mentioned chapters because we launched the chapter program back in September of 2024, and it is growing like crazy. We're just loving what we're seeing. We now have 12 chapters that have been launched right across the country, all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, British Columbia. If you for members, if there's a local chapter that you're interested in, please let me know. We've got chapters in Fredericton, St. John's, Newfoundland, Winnipeg. There's 3 chapters for Toronto. There's a chapter in Barrie, Kitchener-Waterloo, Mississauga, Milton. We have one in Edmonton. And for this year, probably in the fall, we're going to be launching Calgary, Vancouver, Saskatoon, and hopefully Montreal. So that's one great big huge thing to mention that's new, because we're encouraging members to join their chapters, because the chapter program it has been established to put a footprint of EPs in their local communities, as well as to grow the EP community. So we're encouraging members to get involved so that they can have an influence on their local community and, get people into partnership with Eco Canada as well.
Awesome. Yeah, lots of benefits and opportunities with joining chapters. Do you have any other upcoming highlights for the EP community you want to touch on?
We do have meetups that are planned, and we're using our meetups to launch chapters this year, and hopefully I will be able to be a part of those meetups. I'm always interested in meeting our members and putting faces to names. So that's coming up as well. Right now, we have our member survey that's on the go. So if anybody out there is a member and they're listening, please, make sure that you join the survey. We want to hear your voice and hear your feedback. For new stuff that's going on, we also have the EP member report coming out at the beginning of June. So those are things to be looking out for as well.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned for those. Any other program updates?
We are going to be starting a new designation. Well, it's not really new. We've had it before, but we've come back into partnership with GHGMI. So we will be having a GHG designation. We're not sure when we're going to be launching that, but hopefully in the fall or early spring of next year. We just have to see how it all comes together. And of course, we launched our ocean sector designation last fall, which is the SBEP and the SBEPT. And there's great stuff happening in the blue economy. So keep your eye on your membership emails that come through the EP newsletter as well, for announcements where that's concerned.
For sure. That's so exciting, the new designations and the returning designations. Why should someone renew their EP membership?
Really, really important to renew your EP membership. Aside from staying in good standing that way, you also don't want to lose the benefits that are involved. For example, we just talked about chapters. Well, there's a lot of networking that happens at chapters, and there's lots of cross-pollination. I often talk about the fact that EPs and EPTs work in silos. It's just the nature of the beast as being part of the environmental sector. So being able to bring people together is something that Eco Canada really likes to do. It's part of our mission statement to build and connect the world's leading environmental workforce. So to stay a part of the community means that you stay in touch with what's happening. You also have your retail benefits, your insurance benefits, um, uh, travel benefits as well that are a part of your membership. Um, but I would say that the most important thing is we talk about the fact that our members are thought leaders. And so keeping your face as part of the community, but also as part of those who are leading the charge when it comes to what's happening in the environmental sector. Keeping a part of that, I think, is really important.
Definitely. Do you have any specific examples of how EPs or EPTs have noticed the impact of the designation in their career or in their experience?
Well, I do have one EP that I've spoken to just recently. He works in water quality and he works out of Ontario. He's been working on a project with regards to the way salt from, winter driving affects the lakes. And before announcing to government officials that he was an EP, he wasn't really getting listened to. So once he explained his designation, all of a sudden that all changed. So
Wow.
yeah, so that was something that was really important. The other thing that I hear quite often from members is if they have like a PEng or a PBio or another designation of some sort, they really like to have the EP because it highlights the environmental side of what they do. So they like that to be first and foremost out front. So yeah, so those are some really good reasons to, keep your designation.
For sure, and that really speaks to the thought leadership part and kind of giving you credibility and in just in that example you shared.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any other additional benefits you want to highlight?
Oh my goodness. I was going to say, well, you get to meet me. And yeah, because quite often when I meet members, it's, oh, I get, phone calls and emails from you and so on and so forth. So, um, you know, part of my job is to take care of our 3,200 plus members. Um, but I would say that the projects, the work, the ethics that our members work by are top notch. And I really enjoy hearing what people are doing. And when you get down to some of the nitty gritty stuff that they're doing, it's just incredible. We have members, for example, in Winnipeg, who are working with, um, oh, I think it's shrimp. So what they're doing is they're looking at what fish and shrimp are eating. And what they're finding due to climate change is that there are species that they are now eating that were never there before. And so
Mm,
what they've discovered is that there's migration happening further and further and further north. So, like when you hear about stuff like that, I just get so impressed. So, yeah, what our members are doing are absolutely phenomenal, fantastic.
yeah, that's awesome. And then kind of through this community of VPs, you're able to meet and network and connect with people with all those different careers and different
Correct.
experiences and
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
So another benefit for
Yeah.
sure.
Again, working in a silo, I would never have heard that if I hadn't gone to meet those people,
Hmm.
right? So,
Exactly.
that's why it's so important to stay connected to the community, because you never know what kind of things, what opportunities could happen through networking, like you just said.
Hmm. Yeah, and Eco Canada has lots of great opportunities for networking and things. We have, like you touched on earlier, the EP meetups,
Mhm.
chapter events and stuff. If you join your chapter, we're having events for those and stuff, which gives you the opportunity to again connect with those people in your community
Exactly.
who also have the same designation. And yeah, lots of different events we're planning this year. We of course we have our annual eco impact and stuff,
Mhm.
which with your designation you get a discount on tickets and things, and just a lot of similar things like that that we have coming up, and really exciting events
Yeah,
and stuff.
definitely. I would really encourage members that if they haven't attended Eco Impact before, to definitely do so. I know this past year I was hearing from different members who haven't been for a few years. It made such a huge impact, pardon the pun, but it did. It made such a huge impact on them. They were very pleased with the sessions that we held, the workshops that we held. Um, Meeting different people, so on and so forth. It's definitely a go-to event that our members should be attending for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to hear from you too, and things that topics you want to cover and or you want
Mhm.
covered by us. We're happy to kind of set those events up and stuff too. So there's a lot of things we want to support our EPs and stuff and
Exactly, exactly,
in
for
the
sure.
same way. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Helen?
Um, I think that, I when I do get to discuss things with our members with regards to, why should I renew, so to speak. Um, Really, you've made a huge investment in your career. And I think it's really important to honor that investment as well as how the EP gives you a career identity or an identity in your career, I should say. Um, So I think it's really important to stay on top of that. I know I also get phone calls with regards to, well, should I pay? I haven't, caught up on my professional development yet. No, don't worry about that. Just, be sure that you stay in good standing. You can always catch up on your PD. That, is important as well. Because, of course, this year for Impact, we are looking at member PD to be able to nominate people. So
Mm-hmm.
I have the pleasure of looking at members, and what they're working on and being able to nominate them. So I'm really excited by that because some of the stuff, as I mentioned earlier, that people are doing is just absolutely phenomenal. So to be able to nominate them, I'm really excited about that. Yeah, so I would just say it's really important. You've made an investment in yourself, so honor yourself as well. I think that's important.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to remind everyone what the deadline is to pay their membership?
Sure. Yeah, you have until April 30th to pay your membership fee at its current rate. After May 30th, the price goes up. So right now for EPTs, it's $130 plus tax, and for EPs and auditors, it's $230 plus tax. That goes up. So EPs, it goes up as of May 1st. So for EPTs, it goes up to $180. And for EPs and EP editors, it goes up to $330. So, pay your renewal fees now. Also, there's an incentive that if you pay in the month of April, for EPTs, you receive uh, $20, or sorry, $25 off of any eco event. So we just talked about Eco Impact. You can use those eco dollars towards that event if you'd like. And for EPs and auditors, they get $50 off an event. Um, if you're an EP champion, you get, as an EPT, you get $35 off an event. And as an EP auditor, you get $65. No, sorry, $60 off the event. So it's a good incentive. But for next year, we're already thinking ahead to next year's renewal season. If you refer someone to the designation and that person becomes, you know, approved by the board and they get their certification, whoever referred them will get 15% off of their renewal fee next year. If you refer two or more people and, everybody becomes an EP, then you get 20% off your renewal fee for next year. So, yeah, we're we're, really excited, and we want our members to know that there are incentives involved. And so, do your best to get the job done, so to speak.
Yeah, those are great incentives. Tell your colleagues, get them involved and help them join the community. There's lots of great
Exactly.
benefits and opportunities as you've learned today. Yeah, get lock in with this year's prices before
Yep.
April, end of April. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Helen. She'll be able to
Yes,
help
please
you
do.
and answer them for you. But thanks everyone for coming, and thank you, Helen.
Oh, are there any questions?
No, none in the
Okay.
chat box. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. Great.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Haley.